Good afternoon, collectors. How are you? My name is Melinda Seegers. You may know me as Miss Littown. I'm coming to you live this afternoon from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, where we have our mini showroom. Not like what we used to have, but if you can hear me okay, let me know. Let me know when you're joining in, and give me a thumbs up or a heart. After all, today is Valentine's Day, so if you can hear me okay, if you need me to slow down or to project, or I have one of those classroom voices. Looks like a couple of people have signed in already. We're glad you joined us, and we hope we can continue to do this on a semi-regular basis, answering your questions. After all, that's what Miss Littown does. She answers questions, and I've done this for 29 plus years. So I'm thrilled to be doing this with you as a Facebook Live today. What I plan to do this afternoon is just to show you a couple of my favorite new pieces. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the new pieces up on the website. Some of you probably, for a month or so ago, the new Village brochure is available now. You can order it online. Some of your retail stores have it. This has everything that's new and current in the brochure. We also have the Snow Babies brochure available, so both of these can be ordered online if your local retailer does not happen to have them. Handy guides. Some people like something to hang on to, take with them, mark things up, so we're happy to do that for you. I have my technical assistant here is Nate, who not only answers my questions about Facebook, but helps me with anything technical, because that's not my forte. I do know about our Village pieces. Up here on the table, I have a couple of our brand new pieces, and I wanted to show you two of my favorites. First one I want to show you is from the original Snow Village. And as some of you may remember, 1969 was a very important year. It was the year that the Apollo astronauts landed on the moon and actually walked on the surface of the moon for the first time. It's very timely that we have this new piece. It's called Neil's TV and Repair, and I'm going to see if I can bring that a little closer so that you can see it. It's our typical 1950s, 1960s style retail store. I love the bunting that they show here on the piece. It gives it a very patriotic look. But what's really interesting is what's down here. You will notice it's a TV repair shop. It's Neil's, of course, for Neil Armstrong. And in the window of the store, you can see a couple of television sets. These are LED lit, and they both show a picture of the astronauts walking on the moon. Also, there's an American flag. There's some bunting that said, what does it say here? Go Apollo 11. There's an Apollo 11 spacecraft in the display. Something that very typically a repair service shop would have put in their window just to show what was going on. There's a really cute accessory that goes with it, and you can see that in the brochure. And what it represents is the three astronauts, Neil, Buzz, and Mike Collins, as little boys who probably had dreams of becoming an astronaut, not necessarily an astronaut, but they wanted to fly. And just give a plug to another thing. I'm actually reading the book First Man right now, which is the biography of Neil Armstrong. Very interesting. If you're interested in history, if you're interested in aerospace and flying, it's a book to read. But this is a great piece to add to your collection. Do you remember what you were doing in 1969 when this historic landing was done? You'll want to have this in your collection. Even if you're not a Snow Village collector, or you know someone who is interested in aerospace or interested in this aspect of history, great piece. I really, really like it. Second piece I wanted to show you is this one. This is a North Pole piece. Nate's going to dim the lights for us because it's a little tough to see. There. This is the Polar Power Company. And you can see it pretty well here. There's a plasma ball on top, and if you remember from the 60s and 70s, these plasma balls were extremely popular. Look at how when you touch it, it changes the field of electricity on the inside, and it's really cool. I had my grandson, who was 4, in here with me the other day, and he was absolutely fascinated by this piece. And, you know, you can look at pictures in the book. You can look at it on the website. I think Nate has a really nice visual of it online so you can see what the animation looks like. This is a spectacular piece, even if you have the other Power Company. This one is really great. I asked our creative director, Rick Jackson, about this piece, and I said, you know, what prompted you to do this plasma ball piece? And he said, well, you know, we're always looking for ways to add technology, to add some fun features to our village pieces. And he remembers this, you know, this is in the same category as if you'd have a lava lamp, or what was the other one he told me about? But anyway, plasma lights were something that you would go to Spencer's Gifts or any of the specialty gift shops in the 70s, and they showed up in probably teenagers. Were they in the 80s too? Yeah, they might have been. But it's definitely 70s or 80s. Just fun things to have. Lava lamps for sure. I know my grandson even now has a lava lamp in his bedroom. So they're very, very popular. Another feature about this piece that's really, really neat that is new this year is this is going to have a special kind of lighting. And I'll unplug it for a minute to show you. This is permanently attached to the building. And it comes with a power plug and a USB port. So you can plug this into any USB jack. If you have a power strip that has USB, you can plug this in. So this is an LED light. You've all been asking for LED lights, making electricity a little cheaper to run. Another thing I want to show you is, besides this is the only lit piece this year that has the USB cord. But we are also adding, as a separate accessory that you can buy, got all these cords tangled up here, is we are going to sell a single light cord that is a USB adaptable cord as well. And I wanted to show you what it looks like when you turn it on. It has the regular on-off switch so that you can use it in any of your regular houses. Can you come this way? There we go. See, it's a nice light, and what I wanted to compare it with is our regular single light cord. So the light is very, very similar. So you will not see any difference between using an LED light or using your regular light cord. This will come as a 2-piece set. I think in the brochure, I think it is listed as about $25 for the 2-piece set. They're looking at trying to get a little better price on that, so it may go down a little bit in price, let's hope. But this should work really well, and this has got a nice low profile. So you won't have to use, in some of the shorter pieces, you won't have to use the shorter light bulbs that we have offered for a number of years, as opposed to the regular 120, 110 light bulbs that are a little taller. So this will fit in a nice short piece, which I think is going to be a real addition for this. Nate, do we have any questions coming in that I can answer?
What's new in Christmas in the city?
What's new in Christmas in the city? Well, in Christmas in the City, and we will do a little tour on our next Facebook Live. We've got a new church. We've got some new brownstones that are really neat. And another piece that we have, and another one of my favorites, is a train station called Lincoln Station. And with my love of history, I don't know if they got that name from me, if they've heard me talk about Lincoln enough, but it is called Lincoln Station. It's really a nice piece. See, I think those are the majority of the new pieces.
Ask for questions.
Anybody have any other questions? That was a good one.
Is the separate cord with light LED?
Yes, the separate cord with light is an LED. This is what it will look like. It will have the same butterfly clip that our other houses have, so that you can put it in the same light hole. The size should be similar. Looks very similar to me. And should last forever and ever and ever, which is really a nice feature of this. No more having to buy replacement light bulbs.
Question, when will the new pieces be in stores?
The question is, when will new pieces be in stores? That's a good question. Stores that get our pre-pack, which means they are larger retailers that are getting a set number of each of the new designs, will start receiving those probably by the end of March, beginning of April. So not a whole lot of time from now. So it won't be too long before you'll start seeing these arriving in your retail stores. Those are good questions.
Will there be any new Easter or Valentine's Day edition?
Will there be any new Easter or Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day at this time, no. But Easter, there will be something introduced a little later this spring, probably in April, that will be available for 2020. That will be added to the really cute new Easter house that we have for 2019. So a lot of you have asked for this over the years, and we listen. So ask your questions. If there are pieces that you'd really like to see us add, we'd like to take a look and see if they're plausible for us to make. Sometimes we have some marketing decisions that have to be made when we do new pieces, but if we don't make what you like, we don't have to make pieces. So we want to make what you want to see us add to the villages. So keep those ideas coming.
Do you still do the yearly trip to Minnesota that you can win?
Oh, that's a really great question. Question was, do we still do the trip to Minnesota? That was the holiday tour that we did for years and years, and I missed that. That was a lot of fun that we used to have. We haven't done that trip. The last one was in 2006, so it's been a long time since we've done those trips. Sadly, we don't have the staff to do a big trip like that. That took a lot of people, a lot of man hours, but it was a lot of fun. And I still like getting out and meeting the collectors. In fact, I'm going to Canada in May to help the Toronto clubs celebrate their 25th anniversary. And I've got a couple of other clubs that have asked if I can come. And I think I'm going to be meeting with the Minnesota clubs here in our showroom in just a few weeks. So if your club is having something special, let me know. So if I can't come, maybe I can send something special that you can use as a special prize or something for your club to use to raise some funds for one of your really great charities. That's a good question.
Will there be an apothecary shop in Dickens Village?
Will there be an apothecary in Dickens Village? I don't think have ever done an exact apothecary. I think that's a really good idea. I write down all of these ideas. I have a direct line right into Rick Jackson's office. He's our creative director, and I'll just make sure that one gets to him later this afternoon. Thanks.
Somebody wants to use the plasma ball on Halloween somehow.
Well, I think you could use the plasma ball if you wanted to buy it and repaint it. It's a little Christmassy looking right now, but gosh, would that be a great idea? Or maybe we should just suggest to Rick that we do something with a plasma ball in Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think that would be a great idea, and I will absolutely pass that along. And why didn't we think of that? So that's a really good idea. I had another new product up here that I wanted to show you before we take any more questions. And this is a 20 light LED battery operated. It looks like it's got 3 AA batteries. Looks like it could be very easily molded around a tree or put on your house. But here's the cool part about it. Comes with a little remote control. You can turn it on. And that's different. If you want to use it for Halloween, you just have orange lights. There you go. You got orange lights. If you want to have it be strobe lights, you can have strobe lights. If you want it to flash, there we go. And it's got all of these different colors. So it really is going to be quite versatile, and I think this will be a fun addition to a lot of your displays. And you people are so creative that we probably didn't come up with enough ideas of how to use this, and you'll show us some of your ideas going forward. And there's even a timer on it so that you can put it on in your display, and it'll set for a couple of hours, and then it'll shut itself off automatically to save on your batteries.
Another question, any new carnival pieces coming to Halloween Village?
Any new carnival pieces coming to Halloween? Well, not really carnival pieces, but we do have, Nate, can you turn the camera just a little bit and we can show it, because we're very close to where it is here. We have some new pieces in Halloween that is the Day of the Dead, which is very, very popular. We have a house that has a really neat lit tree and some accessories, and the Day of the Dead couple, I think they're dressed for a wedding. And then this animated piece, now this technically isn't a carnival piece, but they have the senoritas dancing, and I think that would be a great addition for Halloween. And we've got just kind of a neat display here. Our display artist, Stefan Pepin, put together this display when he was here right before Christmas. And you can do it just as a separate little vignette, or you can incorporate it into your whole Halloween village. A lot of neat new pieces. Let's see, there's the Wicked Wax. That's a new Halloween piece. And the Bat House for Trick or Treat Lane. And here's another new animated piece where the little boy is flying his bat.
We wanted to see the apple barn too.
And the apple barn is right here. I think they've done a nice job with this. Put it in an old apple crate. Build a cute little vignette out of it. Got a little sign. I think they probably got this at a craft store like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Put some artificial pumpkins and apples with it, with some more of the artificial fall trees. And then we do have a new tree that is an apple tree. So that will be a great addition to go with the harvest gazebo that we had from last year. So those are really great pieces. And a cute little black lab. Got to have puppies in our display. Do we have any other questions?
Any new National Lampoon Christmas Vacation?
Any new National Lampoon Christmas Vacation? Yes. And when we join you again in 2 weeks on February 28th, we will go through more of the new pieces, and we will show you that. It is Aunt Bethany's house, I believe. I've never watched the movie, so I'm not as familiar with the storyline, but they keep telling me that I really better watch the movie. One of these days I will. Anything else? Okay. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for now. I'm really glad you joined us. I hope you can pass the word. We'll come back again in 2 weeks on February 28th for another Facebook Live. Till then, happy villaging.